Are you stuck trying to figure out what equipment you should buy for calisthenics? It can be hard to choose because there are just so many options. From pull-up bars to dip bars to rings to parallettes to push-up handles. But don't worry, I got you. I'm going to show you the exact equipment that I use to get jacked from my house and learn some crazy skills. So let's dive right in. If you were given the option to only buy one equipment for calisthenics, then I would recommend that you buy the door frame pull-up bar. They are only like $18 to $30 and it unlocks many exercises and skills that you can't do on the ground. You can do front lever, back lever progressions. You can do so many different pull-up variations to target your back muscles. The possibilities are endless. Even if you are newer to calisthenics, you can do easier progressions like negative pull-ups, dead hangs, assisted pull-ups. All you need for assisted pull-ups is a platform that you can step on, or you can just jump into it in an assisted pull-up. I remember when I was going to the gym for a while and I would always use a lat pull-down machine to target my back muscles. And it was great, don't get me wrong, but it felt like my back muscles were lacking. Then I switched to doing pull-ups on my older brother's door frame pull-up bar and started getting some massive demon back gains. Looking back on it, the door frame pull-up bar has helped me build enough strength to get better at the muscle up, and I am so close to hitting the front lever. Some people hate on the door frame pull-up bar and say that they break easily, but I have thrown over 250 pounds on my pull-up bar and it has held up pretty well. It really depends on how strong your door frame is. However, I will say without the proper padding, you will get scuff marks on your door frame over time. I lost the padding on my door frame pull-up bar and it's gotten pretty bad. So if you want to avoid that, make sure to look into proper padding or just get a different type of pull-up bar. You can either get standalone stations, gripper handles that attach to the door frame, or the pull-up bar that you can screw into the door frame or the wall. Each pull-up bar has its pros and cons, but this pull-up bar has lasted me for years and it's really cheap. All you have to do is mow a lawn, get a job, or do a couple of chores for just $20, and that's really all you need for a door frame pull-up bar. Another fire piece of equipment is the Low Parallettes. Biggest benefit of parallettes is that they keep your wrists in neutral position whenever you're doing exercises on the ground. And if you have experienced some sort of wrist pain throughout your exercises, then parallettes are probably the best solution for you. And if you're trying to do skills like the L-sit, the handstand push-up, or even the planche, then I would also recommend the Low Parallettes, because you'll also have more balance and control compared to just relying on your palms and your fingertips. Personally, I use Low Parallettes all the time. They help me with my handstand push-ups, my planche training, and they help me do pike push-up variations. Everything I do on them just really feels a lot more comfortable and cleaner, especially with that wooden grip material. The only problem is that parallettes are a little bit more expensive, and I dropped around $40 for mine on Amazon. And also, if you're thinking about getting parallettes, you should find a grip size that matches your hands because it will be more comfortable and it will reduce the risk of slipping off while you're doing your exercises. I also recommend getting wood because it's really light and it helps absorb the sweat from your palms whenever you're doing exercises. Can't be slipping with them sweaty hands, my boy.
Get them right, coach. Get them right. Get them right, coach. Coach, you good?
The taller version of parallettes are called Mid Parallettes. I would say that Mid Parallettes are really helpful if you're trying to do skills that require more range of motion, like the elbow lever, handstand push-ups, Victorian, or the tuck planche push-up. However, if you're just a beginner and you're using Mid Parallettes off the bat, I would recommend that you stick to lower parallettes because if you fall, you could possibly get injured. So overall, I would just recommend getting Mid Parallettes once you become more advanced and you're just looking to switch up your training style. Otherwise, you might fall like I have several times. The dip bars, also known as high parallettes, unlock some of the more advanced skills and gives you more exercise options. You can do L-sit muscle ups, reverse dips, Victorians, front levers, back levers, handstand variations, and planche progressions. Oh yeah, just please be careful with the handstand though. Right now, I am using them to train for my front lever, and I even also incorporate them into my planche training using resistance bands, which I will go over shortly. And I even do exercises like weighted dips and rows. The only con about higher parallettes is that they take up the room, they are really hard to transport, and sometimes they don't have the best stability, like you might need to add weight to keep your dip bars from wobbling. And they are also pretty expensive. I dropped around $70 for mine. Damn! All things considered, dip bars are really helpful in calisthenics, but I would only recommend that you buy them if you're looking for that specific type of training, which requires more space and allows you to perform more range of motion. If you're really broke like I was, then I would recommend that you just go to a local park near you or even a gym. Now for the most underrated piece of equipment is the resistance bands. Resistance bands are crucial to mastering calisthenics and have so many benefits. They let you make any exercise easier or harder. You can warm up, isolate, and strengthen specific muscle groups. You can make your tendons stronger. You can also recover from injuries faster. They're just so amazing, bro. If you have an injured rotator cuff or a sprained elbow, just use it to stretch it out and strengthen your muscles. Resistance bands really help speed up your skill progress in calisthenics. If you are trying to learn the pull-up, all you have to do is attach the resistance band to your feet and the pull-up bar, and you could probably rep out a lot more pull-ups compared to using nothing but your body weight. Same with front lever variations and planche variations. With resistance bands, you're basically limited to your creativity. Then if you want to get stronger, you can also use them to reach absolute failure. I even use them to simulate the actual planche using my door frame pull-up bar and my dip bars. Another great thing about resistance bands is that they're relatively cheap and you could find some good ones on Amazon. Just make sure to use them safely and don't end up becoming part of a viral fail compilation.
I seriously have no idea.
Another extra piece of equipment that you could use are the ring dips. I personally have some mixed feelings about ring dips. The great thing about them is that they make many exercises 2 times harder. But they are only good if you have a certain spot to leave them because it can be a hassle to take them on and off. But if you do have somewhere to leave them, then I recommend getting a pair because they will help you grow in calisthenics exponentially. And the final piece of equipment is a weighted belt. The weighted belt allows you to do weighted calisthenics, and if you're trying to get bulkier and stronger, then I would recommend getting yourself a weight belt. But I recommend that you improve your body weight exercises before starting with a weight belt, because you might get injured. Now that you know the essential equipment that you need to train for calisthenics, you better start training to become a calisthenics G. I also left a link to the calisthenics equipment that I use in the description. I get a very small commission if you would like to support me. And if you would like to take your training to the next level, check out the website that I just launched, calisthenics.com. I make a customized training routine tailored to the equipment options that you have and your fitness level. And it also includes a diet guide that matches your goals. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description and watch the video which explains how the training plan works and what it includes.